Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and just hanging out outside today. Beautiful day here in South Florida, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the card show that I went to yesterday in Palm Beach. It was a great card show, probably the best card show in Florida, definitely the best card show in the South Florida area. And there was a few Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame YouTube guys were there, and it was just great to see, just some of the other guys that were there with us. And first of all, there were Mike were there. Mike Hitman 23 was there, like always. My buddy, love that guy. He's just an awesome guy. We've just become good friends, and anytime I can get together with him, I will. Hopefully I'll go to his house one day and we can hang out a little bit. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. And he brought his son along, and it was just a great experience there. The other Mike we met was Egg. First time I've met It Cometh Egg. And it was just awesome for him to be there. He gave me his little sticker there. And what a great guy. Just a great time we spent there. A lot of other guys were there also. There was Jesus, Let's Talk Sports Cards, and J&K Collectibles. He's a dealer there and collector, and he didn't have a table, but Jesus was there with his wife filming. And check out his video also. And there was also Jeff Wilson's gang was there. They were there buying stuff. Oh, and of course I forgot, Ryan, my buddy Ryan Breakout Cards was there. And like always, he's buying. I'm sure he'll release a video there of the show himself. But it's awesome to see Ryan there. And Steven was going to show up. Got there a little late, so I didn't get a chance to meet him. But also my buddy Victor was there. Cuban baseball collector Victor. So in his tribute, we got this. We got the Mini Minoso, and I have one of these already, but they were giving them out there for free. I picked up another one of these Minoso. And what I love about this is it just has his entire statistics all the way up to the 1980 when he went up to bat. Let's see if I can get this focus. Come on. So it has his entire stats all the way, his entire career. So I thought that's always a cool card. So I got another one of those. And then one of the guys there had these, and it's a card that he made up. And this was Michael Jordan, and it's here. We'll show you that here. And the cool thing about this card is that it is in honor of the Billy Ripken F-Face card. And this has right here the F-Face on the ball. I don't know if you can see that. F-Face on the basketball. I thought that was just so cool. So they gave me that. That's another good thing. I mean, being on YouTube is so cool because you get a lot of people and they give you such neat stuff and all that. And I know a lot of the dealers, and there was one dealer there, and I'll tell you, tell you a story about him and Jeff Wilson thing. But this is Seth, and he had a whole bunch of the 64 Giant cards. He had a whole bunch of them there, and Mike Hitman and I were going through the list there, and a whole bunch that he had, doubles and everything. So, and this one, when I went through it, I was looking for a Yaz, and I saw this one, and I told Seth, hey, this one's damaged in the back. So he says, let me have that. So when I gave it to him, and then he gives it back to me, and he puts this: big fan of your channel, Seth, Create Auctions. That was awesome of Seth to do that. And he does watch my channel, and I really appreciate it. So not just a dealer that I buy stuff from, but a friend and a friend of the channel. And I mean, what else can you ask for? that's why I'm on YouTube. That's the kind of stuff that I just love. So, I mean, I'm going to show you my pickups, but you know, this is kind of my favorite. I mean, this is my favorite pickup, and Egg. Just seeing Egg and getting his sticker, that is awesome. So anyway, as we were going and talking to Seth, and one of the things about Seth, I have to tell you, this guy, you see Create Auction? Create Auction is the program that's used by REA, Love of the Game, and a lot of the auction houses, the good auction houses, to do the bidding. And if you go to the REA auction and you scroll down, you'll see that the site there is built by Create Auction. So that's what Seth does. Other than his, he is a collector, and he is also a dealer. And what he was telling me is that, and these guys were there. This is the Jeff Wilson team. They were there, and they were buying. And I'm telling you, they were buying a lot of stuff. And when I got there on Saturday morning, Seth said that he sold a lot of his stuff, and he said that they were bought out by Cards HQ, which is Jeff's team, for the new shop in Atlanta. And just from Seth, they bought out 5 display cases full of vintage cards from the 50s and 60s. And they were buying stuff there. They had a whole booth buying. You can see people, it's just nonstop. They were buying boxes of cards. So, and they were paying pretty good prices from my understanding. So anyway, I ended up getting from Seth not only that Yaz, but I got the Yaz that I was looking for there. So he had a few of these. He had some doubles. These were really in nice shape, as you can see. So I picked up a few of the 64 Giants, and I got all of these 64 Giants for $50. And I normally don't say what I'm paying, but I don't know, people want to know. Dylan wants to know, so it's for you, Dylan. So I picked up these. I picked up picked up 6 different Giants. So let's say about $9 each, I guess. 6 for $50. So, and that's a beautiful Frank Robinson. And just picked up some of the ones that I don't have. I do have the Yaz and a few others. But there's a lot of people that collect these and that have built this set. And I'm not going to build the set, but I picked up some of the players that I like. So of course I got to pick up the Brooks Robinson. So I picked up the Brooks, which I didn't have. And with the famous catch. And it talks about him hitting a grand slam because he was a good hitter, but he was a much better outfielder. I mean, defensive fielder. So here's third baseman. Here's the Brooks. Then I just picked up some Latin guys. Of course, you got to pick up the Juan Marichal, the Dominican dandy. That's a beautiful photo, beautiful picture. I mean, these are from 1964. They're in beautiful condition. I don't know if I'll get them graded, but these are definitely gradable. So this is a nice Juan Marichal. Got one there. Slide these down a little bit. Trying to put everything in the picture. And we got Cuban Tony Oliva. Had to pick up Tony Oliva. Can't say no to that one. Hall of Famer. So really, I picked up all these Hall of Famers. This one had a stain in the back. It's the only one he had for Tony Oliva. But, you know, to me it doesn't really matter. So I'm not really going to sell these. This is for my Cuban collection. I mean, if I see a better one, cheaper and stuff like that for a few bucks, I'll pick it up. But for now, that will work for me. And I did show the back of that. And the last one that I picked up was the Luis Aparicio. So that was a nice Luis Aparicio that he had there. Yeah, these were all really, really nice. I know Mike also picked up some of those. So show them in his video. So that's the Aparicio tops and stolen bases. So that's my first pickup. My second pickup here was well, I mean, other than the free ones that I got there, but it was this Mini Minoso, and it was a beautiful 55 Mini Minoso. You can see it's got like the print cut, so it's kind of not cut exactly right, or maybe it's a little bigger size, but it looks really, really nice, really sharp. Got a lot of glare here today because I'm outside, but it's a really sharp Minoso. I just love that picture of him bunting like that, and again, it's a nice card. That was how it came from the sheet from the factory. This was like the end of the sheet, and they would cut it right there. So it looks like it's a little bit bigger card, but it's nicely centered top to bottom and side to side, just a little, got that extra lip there. I don't know how they'll grade this, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's my Minoso. I usually buy them raw and go from there. And you can see that's a nice condition here. Orestes Mini Minoso. So I got the Minoso, the 55 Bowman, and then I picked up a couple more cards, and that was $15. Then I picked up a another T207 card, and I do have this one already graded, but I picked up another one because this one I got this from Nate the Coop, and if you check out his get a good look at that. This is an Armando Marsans from Cincinnati. It's a T207 1912 T207 card. God, why can't I get this so you can get a good look at it? There we go. But anyway, it's this was Nate, one of the dealers there, had it from the Coop, and he had a few of these. He had a lot of them graded. He had one of these actually graded, but he didn't grade this because he said it was kind of, the size looked good, but it was a little bit, you know, of course, the bottom. Looks like it's top to bottom there. And I did measure it up against the other ones, and it did look the right size. I don't know why I'm not getting, see if I can focus here a little bit better. Anyway, take a look at the Armando Marsans. It's a beautiful card from the T207, and picked up this card. There'll probably be, I may grade, I'm not sure if I'm going to grade or not, but this will be, since I already have one of these graded. This is a Recruit. I think mine's, I'm not sure, mine's a Recruit cigarettes. I have to double check. But either way, this will be kind of trade bait for a lot of my Cuban collector friends. So it just says the first native-born Cuban to break into the major leagues are Armando Marsans and Rafael Almeida. And we talked about this before. We joined Cincinnati in 1911. So this is the Marsans card. And one of the things about this card is that Hitman was looking at this, and he was saying that, hey, the card is glossy, and yeah, there are some cards, some vintage cards like this that are glossy. And see if we can give you a good look at it here. There we go, that's better. See if you can see some of the gloss on that card here. You see the gloss on that card there? It has some gloss, but it is definitely an old card reel. And you can see there how it has the little ridges and things like that. If it was a brand new card, the gloss would be all solid. This one has a little bit of cracking and bending because of the age. But it's a beautiful card, Armando Marsans. And it's a T207. So yeah, Mike, these do have some gloss. You know, they do have some gloss, but they are from the 1912. So there are some older cards like that that have some of that gloss. It's like a coating they put on there to protect them. And then they did come in the cigarettes. So, and if you're familiar with some of the the Ty Cobb with the Ty Cobb back is just like the T206s, but it has a gloss front also. So anyway, just putting this card back in the holder, guys. Not doing a very good job of it, but didn't do a good job of it, but there it is, sideways, but we'll fix it later. All right, and then the last card that I got is the 1909 American Caramel, and this is the one here of George Mullen. And other than it being off-center, kind of miscut, for a 1909 American Caramel, it's in great condition. And George Mullen, and I've talked about George Mullen in the past when I talked about the Detroit team with Ty Cobb and Sam Crawford and Wild Bill Donovan. There's a plane passing over here. So anyway, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about George Mullen. And George Mullen was pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, and he was a pitcher for them for many, many years. And he was kind of their, in those days you had some pitchers that were really, the top pitchers, and then you had the workhorse. And Mullen was one of the workhorses. I mean, he pitched a lot. He was one of those guys that came out and pitched, and he was a kind of short, stocky guy. But he was a 20-game winner. He also was a 20-game loser. He was one of the few pitchers that won over 20 games one year and lost over 20 games the same year. And that kind of shows you how many games. I mean, to have over 40 decisions, he pitched a ton. And he was a great pitcher. And the Tigers at that time, they went to the they were the American League champions 3 years in a row. And a lot of it was due to the pitching of George Mullen and the pitching of Bill Donovan, Wild Bill Donovan. So let me pull this one out of the sleeve too. I mean, I like to show these in their natural state. Smell them. They smell like old cardboard. Let me take a whiff here. Oh yeah, that's the kind of smell I like. Old cardboard. And you can take a good look at George Mullen with that beautiful orange background. And this card, Dylan, it cost me $90. So I spent a total of about $250, a little less than that. So this was also $90 from the coop. This was also $90, both of these. Minoso was $15 and $50 for the rest of the stuff. So that was what I spent at the show. And we'll give you a good look at the American Caramel card. It's a 1909. It's like the T206s, but it came in the caramel. So it's an E card, not a T card, which is the tobacco card. And it says a series of 100 baseball caramel subjects by the American Caramel Company in Philadelphia. So it's a beautiful example, miscut. Nate, the dealer, grades a lot of his cards. He didn't grade this particular one because of the off-centering, but I'm good with it. I'll take it. I may grade it eventually, but it's a beautiful picture of George Mullen, the pitcher for the Tigers back in the 1900s, 1909. And I think that 1909 year, if I remember correctly, was the year that he went 20-20. Not 20, he won 20-something games and he lost 20 games. So that's George Mullen. He played on the winning team with Babe Ruth, Sam Crawford. So anyway, guys, those are my pickups from the card show. And we're going to be doing a live stream later on tonight. And that's going to be with on James Elite Hunters channel with Greg, Midlife Sports Cards. So I hope you guys can join us on that. I'll go ahead and put a link to that. And just want to thank everybody for helping me get to 1,900 subscribers. I just got to 1,900 subscribers, and that's an awesome, awesome feat. And just truly appreciate it. But even more appreciate the friendships that I've developed over the years. And over the year, actually, it's only been like a year and a half. So that's the two big pickups that I got. Prewar. I'm sticking to Prewar. You know, that's my lane. That's kind of what I'm, trying to stick to. I will buy some Latin players and a few other things every once in a while, like this stuff. But for the most part, a lot of people are changing their collecting habits, and I changed to Prewar a few years back, and I'm going to continue that route a little longer, and we'll go from there. So thanks everyone for watching. It's Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Have an awesome day, and catch you on the next one.